I was going really heavy on the raking in that little solo over the backing track. It's just an A minor Texas blues backing track. So let's talk about raking. So there's a few different types of raking. Let's do the first type of raking. This is all these techniques really Stevie Ray Vaughan employed a lot. So the first type of rake, your common or garden rake if you like, is the downwards rake into a bend. Dave Gilmour used to do this a fair bit as well. Probably still does. So what I'm doing is I'm muting with my backhand here, just off the saddles, and I'm strumming maybe the A string or from the D string down. It's kind of aiming for that area. And then as I'm hitting the 8th fret on the B string, I'm letting go. So what I'm doing is this. So you're getting really slowly, you're getting this, 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 and then my right hand lets go. It sort of just curls up like that, really. It's as the pick comes down, the hand releases. If it didn't, you would get... So that's how that rate works. So you can do that from anywhere. So a little bit of practice and that should come fairly easily. Then you've got the upwards rake, which is a little bit trickier, I feel. So let's say I'm going off the 7th fret on the G string. What I'm doing is I'm muting with that part of my thumb there. So these two strings are muted. And then this one's ringing out. And if you'll notice on this finger, it's muted here. And I'm just pressing down with this finger here, the 3rd finger on my left hand, as I come to that note. So I'm using that part of my thumb there, outside of the thumb, I guess you call it, to give that upwards rake feel. So that's quite a cool technique. The other one I was doing this one as well, and it's kind of very similar to that thumb upwards technique. But it's also a bit sweepy as well. So it's a sweepy rake. So I was going, I think I was doing this over the 5 chord. So what I'm doing specifically, I'm playing that note, the 5th on the B string, and then doing the little rakey thing on the 7, pull off the 5 on the G, and then the 7 on the D. It's kind of almost easier to do it fast than it is slow. It's getting the nuances really hard slow. But that trips really nicely. The other one I was thinking about was this sort of technique. Something like that. I kind of worked up the pentatonic positions. So what I'm doing there is really I'm playing, starting with this note, right? But I'm muting all the other strings. Stevie Ray Vaughan did this a lot. So what I'm doing is my thumb's coming over the top, muting that low E string. The A string is muted by the tip of the finger there, or the thumb, or kind of combination of both, or whatever. And then these strings are muted by this finger. So when I strum all the strings, you're only hearing one note. So you'll hear that on things like that Pride and Joy sort of feel. It's not quite that, but it's something like that. And things like John Frusciante does it a little bit as well. He does it on Can't Stop, I think. So but Hendrix did it. It's a very, very cool technique. So you've got to make sure that your hand is very sort of lightly wrapped around the fretboard there. So when I'm going up through these pentatonic positions. Now when I come to here, I'm actually muting with the right hand a bit more here, because I can grab all these strings quite effectively here. Look. So it's a bit of a combination, but after you've done it for quite a while, it becomes quite a feely technique, as a lot of these things do, and you know, you don't think about them, they're not quite as conscious really. So have a play with that. Lots of different types of raking, really cool technique. And it's all, I mean, this is one of the great things that makes the blues fantastic, is all these little dynamics, phrasing techniques, if you like, that make things really interesting. It's really good to employ these and use a variety of them in your playing. So have fun, and please remember to subscribe.